YouTube, what's up, all the Lions fans out there? All of my subscribers, what's up? It's a Monday morning after our bye week, and we're getting ready to get things back going as the Detroit Lions. And this video might be a little bit long because I want to talk about a few things. First and foremost, my thoughts and prayers go out to Mr. Dak Prescott. That was absolutely horrible, man. You never want to see that. Period, man. Even if it's a team that you want to be competitive against, you don't like to see things like that. And if you do, you're a horrible person, man. But in the light of that, old wounds have opened with the Detroit Lions fan base. Matthew Stafford is not getting traded to the Dallas Cowboys. You know, let's just stop now. Listen, man. If you do that, you forfeit the season, and Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia are gone. That's not about to happen. They're not about to forfeit the season because they have requirements this season that they have to meet. And it just wouldn't make any sense for them to do that to themselves. Another thing, me personally, I don't trust Bob Quinn when it comes to executing trades anyway. I feel like the draft capital he's always got from trades are always been on the low end. And I would not be pleased if that was the situation, because time and time again, I felt like we've got scraps for some of the players that we've got rid of. So not comfortable with that as a fan. But most of the things in this video are pretty much going to be my opinion. And where I stand with that situation, I absolutely in no way, shape, or form think Matthew Stafford is going to get traded. Every time something happens in Dallas with a quarterback, this topic comes up, so it's expected. And us being such a bad franchise, our fan base tend to bite everything. They bite everything and blame everything, and it's just everything. So now that that's out the way, you know, J-Ron Curse had, I guess, wanted to say made a prediction. I was watching Dose of Dion. I had no clue about it. Shout out to Dose of Dion 2.0, by the way. Y'all need to go check his channel out and subscribe if you haven't. Continuous Lions content, man. But yeah, I had no wind of it, man. You know, I watch a lot of people's videos. I don't say anything, but I watch. And he brung that up. And I thought that was interesting because he said that J-Ron Curse predicted 6-3, which is significant to me because, you know, my last video, which I took down, and I'll tell you why, I was pretty much predicting around the same thing. And the reason why is because of the Lions schedule is so ridiculous, just ridiculously favorable for them to go on a push. Will the Lions do it? We don't know. You know, old Lions thoughts as a fan would say, probably not. No, they're going to mess it up. But, you know, they have a really good chance of going on a run. They play some horrible teams. And yesterday, I had plenty of time to watch a lot of those horrible teams, man. You got to look at the rest of that schedule. It is absolutely, the way it lightens up is crazy. You know, the first 4 games of the season were absolutely brutal. But it pointed out and highlighted things that the Lions needed to adjust over this 2-week period. And hopefully they made them proper adjustments. Health is definitely going to play a part with guys getting back. And then when you look at the schedule, it's just like, come on. Like, you gotta dig in. 9-7 is very realistic now. 10-6 is very realistic now. Yeah, that's that schedule. And then, like I said, you never know throughout the season with other teams. You know, some teams are already putting their bid in for the draft. Let's just get that out the way. Some teams don't even have quarterbacks. We got to do. You got to look at these teams, man. Falcons, Texans, Jags, the Washington football team. Like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then you look at the opponents we faced in the first half of the season. It's like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, um, this bye week early actually is turning out to be a benefit for the Lions, to be honest, because you needed those guys to get healthy, but at the same time, without a preseason this year, you needed time to correct yourself. And playing four teams of that caliber gives you the opportunity to see what you need to fix. So it actually benefited them that the bye week was early this year. A lot of people, include myself, still would rather, have another head coach in here. But if the Lions are going to push to win games, I'm all for it. I mean, let's just be honest. I'm a Lions fan. I'm not going to sit here and say I purposely want them to lose. I did the same thing with the Pistons, even though they probably should have when they did. I'm not a fan of losing purposely. That's just not me. It's just not honorable. You know what I'm saying? It's just not my character. So, and it doesn't always allude to success. Trading people, blowing everything up does not automatically give you success in the future. You have to look at, number one, this franchise that we are. Last time we had a quarterback before Matthew Stafford, you have to look at that distance. You have to look at the quarterbacks that's been in here. You know what I'm saying? You have to look at other teams that need a quarterback right now. It's not easy. So if you're the Detroit Lions, you probably should just go ahead and draft one instead of just trading one away and then trying to blow up the roster. You can have all the players in the world on the roster, but you need a quarterback. And I feel like you should do it the traditional route, the way that winning teams do it, and draft one and bring him in behind Matthew Stafford. You don't just throw away your quarterback and because you're not going to get the draft capital that you think you are. For the Lions fans out there that think that's going to happen, that's not what we do. You need to draft a quarterback. We've been saying that for a while. So, if it is, it is. If it ain't, it ain't. If you're going to do it, you do it. You don't, you don't. But if you do it right. That's all I'm saying as a Lions fan. Do it right. Bring a quarterback in here while Matthew Stafford is here. Groom that cornerback properly. Stop doing things the reckless way all the time. So, yeah. J-Ron Curse, I agree with you. I second that opinion. I believe the Detroit Lions have a legit chance to win and go on a streak just because of the schedule and the level of difficulty with that schedule is so low. Like I said, a lot of the teams already withdrew from the race, so we'll see what happens with that, man. Another topic I want to talk about right quick, the Jim Caldwell conversation has been out there. I took my last video down because some of the points that I was making in that video wasn't clear enough for people. One of the first points was about his race. Nor do me nor did anybody else on YouTube I've seen bring that issue up. But it was out there and it was actually factual. I can say it was factual because I witnessed it. I'm an avid listener to 97.1, and when we got Caldwell, people were calling in disappointed, and they weren't too cliche about what they were saying. So they wanted Wizard Hunt here. You remember, that saga. And yeah, man. It didn't go well. I'll just say that. But when it comes to the Caldwell situation, did the Lions make the right move? In my opinion, I still stand and say no. And the only reason I say no is because I felt like that roster just was not right. I just wanted him to have an opportunity to have not only a talented roster, but a consistent roster. And when I say talent, I know we've had Calvin Johnson and Golden Tate and these players that you're going to give me. I'm not exclude 2014. I'm not talking about when he first came in here, but you've seen the record that season. You've seen what happened that season when he had partial talent, because the reason why I keep saying partial and I'm bringing up talent is because guys weren't healthy during these time periods. Typical stat sheet geek will go to the computer and look at those rosters and say they had talent and this and that, but a Lions fan and a watcher of football knows the situation, that the Detroit Lions were having health issues. Or some of those guys were older, they were beat up and bruised. Calvin Johnson was playing through injuries. Golden Tate dealt with his injuries. You had players like Ziggy Ansah who had 14 and a half sacks, and then after that it was injuries repeatedly. DeAndre Levy went crazy. Freak accident with Stephen Tulloch. I agree with Dan Orlowski and Terry Bradshaw's and Mike Wilbon, all the things that they're saying about Matt Patricia. I totally agree with you. He should be gone. He should have never been here in the first place. But when it comes to Jim Caldwell, yes, he made bad decisions. Like I said before, no coach is perfect, but us being such a bad franchise for so long and this fan base having to deal with that, we look at those things and say that's why we lost a game when it should have never been a deciding factor of the game in the first place. We are not used to good football here in Detroit, and that's why a lot of people think with that type of logic. Not excusing some of the bad decisions that he did make, but the coaches do it all the time. I was watching the Saints and the Green Bay Packers game weeks back, and I seen Aaron Rodgers was cussing LaFleur out for some of his bad decisions during the game. Even the great Bill Belichick does some crazy things sometimes. He's not always doing the greatest things all the time. It happens, man. But us, our situation and our team makes us look at it different, because it ends up being a deciding factor of our games, because our teams are not good enough to take the hits and bruises and do what they need to do to win football games. So that's my opinion, and that's where I stand on it. You'll have yours, and I totally agree with you 100% because you're entitled to it. But that's what I would have done. So with that being said, I just wanted to talk to y'all about those topics, man, and let's get ready for the second half of the season, man. And I think it's going to be a pretty good one if things go the way I think they are. So let me know what you think the Lions record be in the second half of the season, because once again, like I said before, they're not going to fire Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn. So they'll be here, and Matthew Stafford will be your quarterback. So let's see what they can do, and leave it in the comments, man. I'll see you guys later.